Hi, this is Elizabeth, one of the co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Do you need some extra motivation in your life? Are you looking to be inspired? If so, then look no further than the Good God Company.
At the Good God Company, their mission is to create and clothe all loving humans with their unique, inspiring, and beautifully designed t-shirts.
All of the products from the Good God Company are equally designed to motivate you and improve your life. From their mugs, workout tanks, to eye-appealing shirts and sweatshirts.
Learn more about their renowned products by visiting thegoodgodcompany.com. That's thegoodgodcompany.com.
The Good God Company is proud to support Public House Media. The Good God Company. I'm feeling good.
This is Sam Kirby, host of Cinema Stories here on Public House Media. Thank you for tuning into the following broadcast here on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Cinema Stories, where we talk about movie and TV news and reviews, and maybe, just maybe, we'll learn a little something about ourselves. If not, then maybe I made you laugh a couple of times. I don't know. New episodes air bi-weekly on Tuesdays. Thanks again for checking out the totally spectacular following broadcast here on Public House Media.
Spending today complaining about yesterday won't make tomorrow any better. Have you ever heard something like that? Have you ever learned or been stuck in a rut where you're just complaining all the time? Have you ever been around somebody that is just the constant Debbie Downer, is always thinking about what could have been, should have been, or how they're always saying things like, well, my life is in the toilet, or I'd be better off if, or all these just negative things of like self-fulfilling prophecies of negative things in their life? Have you ever been there? Maybe you're that person yourself. Maybe you can identify people in your life right now that are that same way. Spending today complaining about yesterday won't make tomorrow any better. That is such a true statement, and that's by the great author Unknown. I wish I knew who that was. I could go thank them for it. Welcome to Choose to Rise. Welcome to Public House Media. I'm so glad that you're here today with me here on this live video. Thank you so much for the hearts, likes, and loves. I appreciate them so much. And also thank you so much to those of you who are joining me here on the podcast. I appreciate you so, so much. And I am just so honored and blessed to be here with you and be able to spread my voice and come live to you today and help you rise up out of your current situation to live your best life. Whether you're a guy, girl, here wanting to improve your life, I applaud you for stepping forward and pushing play today. So let's talk about a little bit about how you can get rid of this negative brain that is ruining, or this negative mindset that's ruining your brain. Complaining is the number one thing that takes you in a downward spiral. I get caught up in it, other people get caught up in it, and it's really hard sometimes to get out of that rut. But if you take some of these 4 tips that I'm going to give you today about how to quit complaining and get out of that negative mindset, I think we're going to have a little bit of some positivity in our life, and we'll be able to maybe identify it a little bit faster and get rid of it. So there's all kinds of things that happen in our life with negativity. Everywhere around us, there is somebody complaining about something. There's some sort of negative news that's coming out on social media or in the regular news, in the newspapers, wherever. There's always going to be complaining. Everyone complains at some point in their life. However, there are ways of complaining, there are habits of complaining that just keep us going in a negative way. There are actually different types of complainers. Did you know that? Like, not everyone is the regular Joe Schmo complainer. There's all kinds of things. There's the venter. A venter is a dissatisfied person who doesn't want to hear solutions. They just want to vent. They just want to complain, right? Can you think of people like that? Maybe you're one of those people. I sometimes like to vent, but I also have to remember, like, venting doesn't get me anywhere. I have to look for a solution if I want to get better. The second type of person that you've met along the way, or maybe you are yourself, is a sympathy seeker. I've got it worse than you do, or everything kind of sucks for me mentality. Those kinds of people are really like, I've got it worse than you kind of situation. They are really an energy drainer. And I really hope that if you are that person, or if you're around those kinds of people, that you dismiss yourself from that and get going. The third type of complainer is the chronic complainer. Those living in a constant state of complaint. Do something researchers there call ruminating. They basically means that they're complaining about a problem again and again and again, like beating that dead horse over and over again. Instead of trying to feel release after complaining, they sort of complaining actually makes things worse. It can cause them even more worry, even more anxiety, even more things to be troubled about. And what is the one thing that I talk about all the time? What you focus on, you create more of. So if you're a chronic complainer, if you've reached the point where you're never looking for a solution because you're always venting, or you're always, looking for sympathy for others because you have it so bad, and you're constantly complaining about things, and always, that's more things that you're going to attract to your life. What you focus on, you create more of. So if you're constantly complaining, you're going to find more and more things to constantly be complaining about. And who wants to live that kind of life? Today, I want you to not necessarily have to strive for being 100% peachy keen, glorious, amazing all the time. There are going to be bad things that happen in your life, and you don't always have to be super appreciative of all the bad things that happen in your life. But be positive about the situations. Staying stuck in those negative thoughts, staying stuck in those experiences where you're just always unhappy doesn't help you or anyone else around you. So how can you become a roto-rooter in getting rid of the negative things that are stuck in your brain, getting rid of the things that are holding you back and the things that are going to keep you in that rotation of never finding a solution and always going downhill fast. Kind of things that, like, if your brain's in the toilet, you're always being flushed, right? So let's find something that can help you, experience an unplugged kind of way here. I know we're getting kind of in a bad route there. We'll get rid of that one. But, experiencing, there's neuroscience teaches us that neurons that fire together wire together. And Donald Hebb, a Canadian neuropsychologist, coined the phrase back in 1949, which basically means whenever we think a thought or have a feeling or a physical sensation, thousands of neurons are triggering all over in our brain to make things work for us, creating shorter paths in our brain, in our hearts, in our minds that help us understand. And that repetitive thinking creates a trigger, or creates a reaction, creates a path in our brain for things to travel faster, because your brain just wants to be automaticity. But if you're training your brain to always be thinking in that mind looping of self-criticism, of worry, of how things will never work out for you, how you've always got it so bad, those are the paths that are going to be the easiest for your brain to travel on. And that's always the stuff that you're going to be thinking about. Isn't that kind of crazy? When you can be thinking about what part of your brain do you want to be working for you? Well, you want it to quickly assist you to think about things that are going wrong in your life? Or do you want to quickly assist you in thinking about all the positive things that are going on for you? I know which one I'm going to choose. And it's taken me a couple years here to really kind of reshape my mind and reshape my thought process, to really pull myself away from the anxiety and pull myself away from the negative Nancy, to be a part of the positive things that are in my life. Yes, you're going to have worry, you're going to have unease, you're going to have anxiety, but the more you can retrain your brain and catch yourself in the moments when you're starting to feel that way, and kind of getting out of that default mode of living, of responding with negative thoughts and reacting in a knee-jerk reaction to something that really probably isn't as big of a deal as we're making it out to be. Our brains are just on that autopilot to take us to the negative spot. I would like to really help you today to think about that, become more aware of those situations, become more solution focused than complaining focused, and for you to help clear the response path of just going to the negative, and really start retraining your brain and creating new paths for your brain to think about and to react on that are going to take you in a more positive way in your life. Because really, when you change your mind, you change your life. And this is literally what we're going to do today, is talking about these steps, is changing the neurological paths in your brain, changing your brain, changing your mind, and to think about things in a more positive way, and for you to kind of really get you practicing, conversations in your head, conversations in your heart, conversations in your outside world as well, that are going to help you move in a way that's going to help you reach your goals faster and reach your goals in a more positive, uplifting way. All right, so 4 DIY steps, 4 things you can do to help retrain your brain and create new neurons in your brain, help you create new pathways for positivity in your heart and in your mind. All right, number 1, catch yourself. You have to know yourself to change yourself. So during, do some meditation, do some mind wandering. The moment when you notice that the wandering is happening, or the notice that you're starting to become that negative thought, take a step back, catch yourself, notice what you're focusing on, breathe in, breathe out. Let go of the moments that are calling you to that negative heart set and that mindset, and just get rid of them. Change the focus. When you see yourself going down the wrong road in a car, you recognize it and you figure out a way to get to where you want to go. Same thing happens in your brain. When you realize that you're going down the path of negativity, when you catch yourself in a complaint, just stop complaining. Stop what you're doing, close your mouth, take a deep breath, and retrain your brain to go to the positive instead. Congratulate yourself that you've moved on from it and keep going. Our brain is going to try to get us to go to the path of least resistance. So if you can start creating a different path of least resistance, that's how you're going to be able to get there. One thing that I love to do when I catch myself complaining is find a grateful thought. And that's step number 2, become grateful. I've tried simply to just stop complaining. I've tried simply changing the subject, but your brain always still kind of brings it up in the back of your head. So what's really worked for me is finding something to be grateful for instead of something to complain about. So it's super hot the last couple days when we were on vacation with family. And, one thing that we were talking about was how disgusting it was that the sweat was dripping down the back of our legs as we stood there. But, what we could have, I definitely switched my mind around to, I feel so grateful that I get to spend time with my family. I'm so grateful that I have a hat on my head that's blocking the sun from my face. I feel so grateful that there is opportunity for me to go inside and find air conditioning. I feel grateful for the fact that I could spend time with my kids and enjoy something with them, even though it was hot. Those kinds of things. I'm grateful for the warmth. Whenever you can find something to be grateful for, it can be of the smallest thing, but just notice the gratitude in your heart and how it starts to push out the negativity. Complaining is always going to be there, and it's always going to be the evil twin of gratitude, but favor gratitude. Put gratitude in your heart, and then know that when you have a grateful heart, the fear and doubt and complaining get dismissed. The 3rd step that you can do is practice wise effort. In Buddhism, wise effort is letting go of what is not helpful and cultivating what is skillful. All right, I'm not a Buddhist, but that is definitely something that I could keep working on. When you're working on something positive, it's going to cultivate that positivity. When you can work on growing the strength, growing the things that are going to help you move forward, that's when the other things start to fall away. Kind of like riding a bike. You are creating a path for yourself, a habit for yourself that you just know how to do the next time you get on. And, same thing happens for a positive way. Practice wise effort. Get to a point where it's automatic for you to learn, identify where the complaining starts, practice saying those grateful statements, and then just keep going. Make an effort to pay attention and catch your complaining, negative thoughts before they become actual words. Don't let the thoughts come out of your mouth, because as soon as they come out of your mouth, they become reality. So try it out now, right now. Think about something that you are habitually have been complaining about, or where you've been putting your energy. And everything takes a certain amount of energy from you. So when you are finding yourself complaining, you're getting yourself into that complaining loop, pause, regroup yourself, and make a choice to put your energy someplace else. The more you do this, the easier that it gets. Yesterday I had kind of a poor customer service experience with a company, and I was like, you know what? I've put so much time and energy into this today. I'm going to bless and release. That is something that I've just decided in the last year or so that has really been super helpful for me. Blessing and releasing something. I can't put more time and energy into it and change what someone else is going to think. I can't put time and energy into something that's going to change somebody else. I have to change me. I'm the only one that I have control over. So why not change my heart set and my mindset about it instead of always trying to put time and energy into changing other people? So when I would regroup myself, it basically means that I'm blessing and releasing. I'm saying, good luck to you. You are going to do your own thing. I'm going to choose differently. I'm going to choose to put my time and energy into something else and help me be more positive in the mind and the time set. All right, number 4, make a new groove. That's exactly what we've been talking about this whole time. Your brain is going to go on the path of least resistance. We all like to take the easy road, right? So if your brain always has those least resistance paths to the negative mindset, to the complaining, to the going to the dark side, re-groove your brain to be thinking about the positive things, and it gets easier to replicate when you do more of it. So the more often we allow our minds to remember the good stuff, the easier that kind of thinking will become. So do you want to be the person that is never satisfied and can always find faults in others, yourself, or the world at large? Or would you rather be someone who sees things that as they find that they find peace with things, that they get to live a positive heart set, a mindset, and do things that are going to help create more good in the world? I think I know what I'm going to do, and I think I would know which solution you'd rather choose as well. So let's pretend it's up to you. Oh wait. It is up to you. You get to decide where you go in this life. You get to decide where your heart is, where your mind is, what your choices are going to be. You always have the opportunity to rise up out of your current situation in any single moment of your life. You just have to choose differently. Every choice we make in our heart, every choice we make in our mind, every choice that we make out loud to other people, all dictate where our futures go. So where are you going to choose today? Are you going to rise up out of your current situation and live your best life with hope and purpose and possibility and being amazing with positivity? Or are you going to let other people drain you and pull you down a negative energy and get into that complaining loop that takes you nowhere but down? I know where I'm going, and I hope that you're coming with me. If you want to know more about these tips and tricks and be a part of our healthy living community, I would love for you to jump in and join me. Message me here at Choose to Rise, and I would love to get connected with you, support you in a positive mindset, a positive heart set, moving forward in a healthy way in your life to help you rise up and be your absolute best. I feel so honored that you chose to join me this morning and be a part of Public House Media, being a part of Podbean, and being a part of everything that we've got going on here. I also feel super blessed and honored that our little podcast here, Choose to Rise, has been nominated for a podcast award. And I don't really know a ton about it yet. I've just been super honored and blessed to know that I've been nominated. But what I do know is that I guess it's kind of a big deal. And I have you to thank for that. God is so good in blessing me with this opportunity to share and to bring hope and light to people. And so if it's in your heart and mind to help out a little bit more, share this message with people who you know that it might help. Share it with your social media. Tell at least 3 friends about Choose to Rise. And then also go vote for Choose to Rise. A little shameless plug here. Go vote for Choose to Rise on the podcast awards. I'll drop the link below this video. You can also find it here on Public House Media. I'll make sure Baxter gets it in the show notes for the podcast as well. Every little bit helps. Everyone who can vote for Choose to Rise and help us, spread our voice and get a little bit bigger so that we can spread more positivity in this world. That's really what it's about. I'm not here to get great accolades and do whatever. I just want to be able to help more people. And so if you're interested in that, make sure you head over and vote. And if you are wanting to connect and we can help each other out, hold each other accountable, and help lift each other up, I would love to connect with you as well and get you a part of my Choose to Rise community. And being a part of all of this is just such a blessing. So thanks again for joining me today. I hope you have a blessed day. I hope you go check out one of our sponsors, the Good God Company. I hope that you hit subscribe on wherever that you're at in your podcast or wherever you're at here on Public House Media, and you come join us in the Choose to Rise community. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you again here on Friday. Talk to you later.